Hey, what's up, guys? Tugi here, back again with another episode of my Toronto Blue Jays franchise mode series right here on MLB The Show 18. And today is going to be a very big episode for this series moving forward. And I know I say that a lot, but we're at a crucial point in time for this team. Of course, last episode, coming off the draft, not the best draft in the world, not the worst we've ever had either, I do suppose. But when we look at the current team, excuse me, that just happened. We are currently 13 games back of the New York Yankees. Of course, as defending champions, we were hoping for a slightly better record. Wild card wise, we're only a game out of the wild card. That said, you would expect us to be a playoff team. Our biggest weakness, I'd say, is clear, is that the pitching staff in general hasn't been tremendous all season. They're probably playing their best as a unit overall at this point in time. The acquisition of Eric Geronimo has kind of backfired a little bit, but he's still a strong prospect to have within the system. We could look at getting a fifth pitcher, probably a better long reliever as well. And then, of course, we have some guys like Hicks and Arano that haven't exactly lit the world on fire. And offensively, I'd say the big disappointment has been the fact that Rhys Hoskins is underperforming. And of course, we were missing DJ LeMahieu for a decent part of this season. That brings us to today, where of course we have a little bit of time before the deadline. The non-waiver deadline is the 31st. So I can't help but think that these next 2 weeks or so will be the deciding factor in how we move forward. Because if we end up falling back in the wild card race, it might just be worth pulling the plug on this season, letting it go, trading off some of our veterans, guys like LeMahieu, who's 32. You look at Addison Reed, guys of that ilk. It might be worth getting rid of them, rebuilding and retooling over the next year and a half or so. Of course, a lot of the members of this team, a lot of the core, are still younger guys. I mean, Junior's a part of the core for sure. Hoskins is only 28. You look at Bo Bichette as well, being 23. We could afford to take a step back for a season or two and look to regroup. But when you look at this squad, what they're capable of, I'd like to think that that's not a necessity right now. So let's not waste any more time here. We're going to sim up to about the 30th. And if we fall any further back, we might just call it a season. And we might look to make some trades, as the Yankees actually offer us to trade Ender and Ciarte for J.D. Davis and David Robb. Yeah, that's what I want, is a 35-year-old reliever. I don't care how good he is. Get the hell out of here, especially to our main rival. Oh, my God, 15-5 in the All-Star game. We have 3 games against Atlanta. They're slightly better than us this season. I'd still like to think it's a winnable game, though. Jamison Tyon, Zach Eflin, and Diego Liriano. What can you boys do? We get the first win there. Zach Cassidy will auto-utilize, and we sweep Atlanta. Promising. 3 games against Baltimore. Identical records. This is a huge series for us, particularly in the wild card. And Eric Geronimo breaks his hand. Wow. Well, there goes that issue as we sweep Baltimore as well. 16-7 in game 2. That is a hell of a start for us. And in terms of who gets called up, I'd say it has to be Henry Murillo. He's been the best pitcher down in AAA. He will get the call up. Let's see, 4 or 5. Oh, hold on. Actually, we got to sort this out here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2. The joys of counting. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's fine. What are we missing here starter-wise? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as the long reliever. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just weird that we didn't have guys called up. 5 and 6 right there. And from there, so Braxton Garrett. Oh, so Garrett's just struggling. That's what it is. 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll call up Luis Alonso. And we're good. So Henry Murillo will get the opportunity here. I think I'm going to put him straight in the rotation. And we'll see what he can do for us. And then down in AAA, we'll have Rivas take his spot the bottom of the rotation there. And then Double A, of course, actually, I'm going to have to do the same thing. As it is, the Double A rotation's a little bit screwed as it is. We'll go with Braxton Garrett and Kevin Zapata. Tomato. We're good to go. This team is firing on all cylinders to start this episode. We have a 4-game series against the White Sox. They have a losing record. Let's see what we can do. Good Lord, we win that series as well. We took 3 out of 4. A massive winning streak just before and in the aftermath of the All-Star game brings us just shy of 60 wins. Here's the deal. This is a gigantic 2-game series against the Yankees. They're 10 wins up. We need to, at the very least, split this series. Can we do so? Not only can we do that, we can win it. This team wants another opportunity, which is shocking. Again, I was very much contemplating before this episode started, selling everybody off. We keep the team together. Don't look now. We're only 7 games back of the Yankees, and we are in first in the wild card. That is tremendous. What an effort from the squad, proving that they want to go for it. They want this. View trading block. Oh, Moncada's on. Oh, my God. Really? Moncada's on the block. Holy hell. Now, he's going to want one hell of a contract, but damn. 309 average. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, yes, Joey Gallo's there as well. Only 9 home runs for Gallo this season. That is awful for him. What's up with the power hitters, man? What's up with the power hitters underperforming this season? You have Brantley, Brent Phillips. What does Phillips look like? Fielding first, for sure. Is he doing better than Marisnik? I think he is. 274 average, 314 on base. How is he doing compared to Jake Marisnik? Marisnik is a better fielder. Yeah, he's a much better fielder. 226 average there. I think we're okay. The big thing, of course, number 1 is if we wanted to go for a Rodon, which we don't. Avilan, we don't want to go for him either. What about Shreve? Shreve's doing alright. How would he be as a long reliever is my question. 20. Okay, I was going to say, it showed me to Nelson Lamet for a second. I'm like, what the hell is going on there? I'd say the big question mark of this particular... Actually, let me look at Shreve's stamina there. The big question mark here would, of course, be whether or not a certain superstar would be worth acquiring. Now, here's the problem. Can play second and third naturally. Damn. That would be something. I don't possibly see how we could get that value anywhere close, though. I really don't. What we would have to give up to make that happen. Again, that would be like immediately shopping LeMahieu. Like, there's no way we could pull that off. But it would be nice. It would be nice. I guess for the moment, I know they're looking for outfielders. Okay, hold on. Just to see. Just to check here. Like, say Rhys Hoskins, right? He's underperforming this season. And what about our good friend DeShields? How much more value would that take? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. All right, you know what? It was worth looking around. We're gonna go for it. I didn't think we would, but this team has decided that they want to try and make a run of it. So I'm not sure as far as what the long-term consequences will be, who will be able to re-sign, who we might have to let go. We're going for it this season, though, yet again. We are going to still attempt to retain our title. As we... Okay, maybe we're not. Maybe we're not. Okay, can I stop the sim in time? Please. Please let me stop it. Thank God. We just lost Vlad Jr. for 2 to 3 months. Oh, my God. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. We lose 11-6 to Tampa, and we just lost Vlad Jr. For what? 2 to 3? He's gone for the season, basically. Jesus. 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months, guys. So, let's see. 1, 2, potentially 3. I mean, we might have him back for the playoffs. And if we don't get him back early on, we're screwed. It's fucking Vlad Jr., man. Oh my God. I cannot believe that just happened. That is... Oh, that is harsh. That is so harsh. That really raises the question as far as what does this team look like without Junior in the lineup? What do we look like? Hoskins ends up having to play first full time. And that probably, who the hell even gets into the lineup? Because we're going to have to call up somebody. It's going to have to be an infielder as far as who gets the call. It wouldn't be Delabate. It might be Matheny or Cassidy, to be honest. Cassidy can play third. Yeah, so it'd probably be Zach Cassidy here. That'll get the call up just because of how solid of a utility man he is. Let me go to AAA. They need outfield depth from the looks of it. Yeah, alright, so in AAA they need outfield depth. Let's call up the best outfield guy from AA. That'll be Armenteros. And we'll call up an outfield replacement from single A. That'll be Quentin Holmes to AA. And we'll also call up Blackburn. So that at least gets everyone where we need them to be. What a devastating injury this could be. So lineup-wise, again, if we're talking about who plays third, it's going to be Urena, for sure. Well, actually, who plays third? Can Duffy play first? Duffy can't play first. LeMahieu can play third. So Hoskins, again, goes to first base. And then it would be the DH spot, of course. Nobody else can naturally play first. So Hoskins is going to have to play there. Unless we put over Lino, right? Which, I can play Hoskins at first. That brings in Urena at DH potentially. Or, perhaps we move over the worst fielder of the bunch. I think that's the better way to go instead of playing Lino. Well, although Lino's looking very well-rounded. None of the individual attributes or anything too crazy. I think we'd want to get Richard Urena into the lineup because he's killing it. So, Hoskins at first. Who is the worst fielding-wise? 80, 90, 66? Let's say Matt Duffy. So we put Urena at third. And then I suppose... Here's the problem with Miea. Of course, he wants to be playing as a star. I put him in the top 4. He was kind of underperforming. But say we put Miea... Where the fuck would we put Miea? I wouldn't want to necessarily put him in the 4 spot. I wouldn't want to put him in the 3 spot either. Second? I think we'd like that extra bit of speed. Maybe we put him 4th? Just to see if we can get that morale up. Yeah, he's up to a 90. Then again, that's not even factoring in him playing as a star. So we go LeMahieu, Duffy, Urena, Bichette, Marisnik. I imagine Bichette... Actually, here, we'll put Urena at the 8 spot just because Bichette's played a little bit more this year. The lineup's not bad. That should still be good enough to make it. It should be. And then who would be playing third here? So then Matt Duffy or Urena, it'd probably be Duffy. I think I'd probably put Duffy there. He's had a good season. He deserves the chance to play still. So that's the difference. Duffy comes in at third. And I think I like that setup. So that's the difference now, is Duffy's going to be in against non-DH. It's pretty much the way to do it. So again, Hoskins moves over to first. Urena swaps out for Duffy. Move Miea up. And that's that. And then from here, Duffy goes over. Hoskins, Miea. And that is the team. Is this team good enough to make the playoffs? Of course, now in the absence of Mario's up to an 81 based off of morale. That's solid. Obviously, there's a panic switch button that we could press here. We've lost these 2 games to Tampa, but, standings-wise, we're 9 games back of the Yankees. We're still top of the wild card. We have to go for it, but missing who we're missing right now could very well cost us. It could very well cost us. We're going to go for it, though. I'm going to stick to it. Let's see what happens as we end up beating Tampa in that game. It's a 4-game series. Can we tie the series? Yes, we can. So we split that series there. 7-0 win to begin the month of August. Tie-in gets the W. We have ourselves a challenge ahead of us. 3 games against Detroit. They have a pretty bad record. And 4 games against LA. They have a pretty solid record. We just have a game at hand on them. Let's see what we can do over the next 7. Garcia's back. We sweep Detroit and lose Herrera for a month or 2. Oh my God. Oh my God, the injuries right now. Oh, Odubel Herrera, take a seat. And that is just disastrous for us. Lineup-wise, we're going to have to call in or call up an extra outfielder, and it's going to be Marvin Santana. He's by far the best option. Let's go ahead. No, not waivers. 40 man. We'll bump him up to the majors. Down in Double-A. Best outfielders, Juan Uribe. Bump him up to triple. And then in single, Alejandro Gonzalez goes to double, just to kind of still create a decent setup there. I mean, obviously, Delino DeShields gets into the lineup. He's going to be our new leadoff man. We've had him there before. He's a big-time speed threat. We'll try him there for a bit. If he struggles and Ciarte goes to leadoff, Miella probably jumps up to second, and DeShields will get dropped. Even then, I don't really trust DeShields with how he's done this season. We need to make that change now, I'd say. I'll give him a chance just for the sake of not having to edit the entire lineup again. But DeShields is in, and we can have him in left. That's fine, because Marisnik has the crazy arm at center, which is probably what we want. So, another drastic injury. We have 2 more games against LA. We win that one, so at the very least, we're going to split the series. Junior's still out for a month or 2. And what do we got? Okay, so we split the series. Fisher Cats had one too many players. Hopefully it didn't send down anybody that we didn't want to be sent down. We end up splitting the series against LA, which is fine. Obviously, they're a really good team. 3 games against Baltimore. They're battling for the same wild card spots here. Can we get the wins? No, we cannot. We've already lost the series. Alex Julio is still just devastated. We, at the very least, don't get swept, but that's rough. 69-53. It's a nice record, but it's not a great record. We are only 6 games back of the Yankees, though. They're slipping up. We can catch up here. Wild card-wise, we are still at the top of the board. We're okay, despite these injuries. We just have to keep putting together strong efforts. And then obviously here, playing division rivals, we need 2 out of 3 here against Boston. We need this. We won the first. Oh my God. What the fuck is happening? Is it something in the water? Holy shit. DJ LeMahieu. To say that our depth right now is being tested is the understatement of the millennium. 1 to 2 months with a torn calf for LeMahieu. We've already, at the very least, split this series with Boston, but good Lord. Well, congratulations to Andreas Arias. I imagine you're going to get into the lineup. Hoskins still has to play first. I mean, I could put DeShields at second. Okay, Hoskins has to play first. I could put DeShields at second, but there's really no point. I guess, the best option here, Cassidy's actually not a bad at bat. Arias deserves the chance, though, by far. Again, the thought of Lino at first, Hoskins in left, DeShields at second. But Arias has been better. Granted, fewer at bats. I'm going to give Arias the chance. And then as far as fielding goes, 72, 65, yeah, so he's good to play second. Not a natural second baseman, but that's okay. Devastating amount of injuries here. We are going to drop him probably just above Marisnik. So we'll have Duffy in the 5 spot. Bichette, Urena, Arias. I mean, again, we have some good depth at the very least. That'll actually mean that against non-DHs, Urena is able to get back into the lineup. And again, we'll drop him below Bichette, so that's solid. As you gotta love when your Amazon Fire Stick unpauses its shelf. Tremendous. When it unpauses itself, and you get a glimpse of good old JR on an episode of Monday Night Raw from 1997. Which, yes, I am a nerd and proud of it. So Urena Marisnik. Let's do it that way. So overall, again, this team still isn't terrible. Miea's up to a 92 now that he's in a star role. Tremendous. Tremendous stuff. Oh boy. And to Shields, that average has been dropping. We're going to make that change. Let's see here. So Inciarte is going to lead off. Miea in the 4 spot seems to be working so far. Duffy, what's your on-base percentage? 346. Bichette, 352. The average is lower. And then Urena, 367. I don't know if we want Duffy hitting in the 2 spot, but it could work. Miea being there could work as well. Let's get a little bit better of a power game. 301, 346. I still like Duffy. Yeah, I like Duffy in that spot. So Inciarte is going to lead off. We're going to have Duffy, Bichette, Urena, Arias, and then the bottom of the lineup is going to have some good speed with Marisnik and DeShields. So we'll see how that goes. So again, make these changes there. It just sucks because DeShields' bat before he got here, he was doing quite well. But ever since we've brought him to Toronto, he just hasn't exactly found his game at the plate. But he's still in for the moment. We're still dealing with injuries. Can we take the series against Boston? No, we cannot. We end up splitting the series, which isn't the worst case scenario. Up to 70 wins. We have a quick 2-game series against the Mets. They're on 66 wins. We're against Mats and Selman. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that, but I can never remember how to say it correctly. We have our 2 best, Lamet and Tyan, on the mound. Austin Blackburn in Double-A, minor injury for him. And Jesus Christ, Lamet gets lit up. Tyan, though, pitches a gem. We split that series as well. And say hello to what could very well decide the division. Yes, we still have a full month to go, but this 3-game series against the Yankees, that is a massive point swing. Massive. We're 5.5 back. The Red Sox are right there as well. We're still on top of the wild card with a game at hand on the Twins. We need wins here. We really do. Can we get it? Eflin, Liriano, and Murillo. We lose game 1. Liriano goes down to a minor injury, and we get swept. Oh, my God. Worst case scenario. Fulmer, Holder, and Snell. I want to take a look at the Yankees lineup because I'm not happy about that at all. Yeah, okay. Offensively, I get it. I definitely get it. Jesus Christ, Stanton and Judge. Good Lord. Rotation-wise, yeah, I get it. I get it. Not happy about it, but I get it. And then even Holder, yeah, he's having a tremendous season. Damn. They're just a step above right now. 3 games against Detroit. They have a pretty bad record. We need wins here. We win game 1. LeMahieu's still going to be out. Lose game 2. Win game 3. So at the very least, we do end up taking that series. And you would have saw the last time we checked the wild card. And obviously, you can see right now, identical records before we begin this 4-game series with Minnesota. This is perhaps even more important than the series against the Yankees. We need to win at least 2 games. Can we do so? That's not good. Back-to-back weekends of big series and losing both of them. I mean, overall, we win 1 out of 7 games against the Yankees and Twins. And that puts us a decent amount behind both of them. We have 3 games against Texas as we enter the final month of the regular season. We at least get a win. The Buffalo Bison have made the playoffs, as have the Fisher Cats of Double-A. So that's going to cause a little bit of an issue in terms of playoff roster, I'd imagine, and call-ups. We do win the series against Texas. We sweep them, as a matter of fact. September call-ups, I mean, again, there's nothing we can really do. Both teams are in the playoffs at the moment, so we're pretty much good to go. The Red Sox have jumped us. They're a game ahead. We're 9 games back of New York. Wild card-wise, we technically have a tie with the Twins. So we would go to a 1-game playoff if the season were to end today for that second wild card spot. As Duffy, Yeah, the numbers have dropped a little bit for Duffy. He's on a cold streak. So is Urena. Bichette still at a 263 average. I'm going to give Bo Bichette that chance here. We'll just bump him up, swap him with Duffy, and we'll see how that goes. And then DeShields at the plate, still not doing well. I might want to change that out. But I really can't, unfortunately. So again, we'll just swap Bichette and Duffy. We'll give Bo a little bit of a better opportunity, a bigger opportunity, as we have 3 games against Houston. They're very much in it, despite the losing record. Sonny Gray, Francis Martez, and Andrew Heaney. Can we get the wins? As the Fisher Cats are already out. We've split the first 2 games of the series. We end up beating Houston. Not bad. 79 wins now on the season. Huge to get those 2 wins. Both wins were convincing. The loss was very close. And then, it's a 3-game series against perhaps our biggest rivals of this entire series thus far. And yes, I did see that Eflin's doing as well as he is. But again, we're going up against perhaps our biggest rivals in the form of the Cleveland Indians. Junior and LeMahieu are both out still for 3 to 4 weeks. Herrera's still a week or 2 out before we get him back. So, we'll see what happens here. Lester Martin is apparently on the mound. Oh, okay, because I guess it already went ahead and factored in some call-ups from Double-A, which is really weird. Johnny Manel's on the roster now. I don't know if I like that game. I also don't know if I like the fact, I get it. I don't know if I like that it just did that. I really don't. Because now Manel's going to be on waivers. I don't give a shit. I would rather add Hernandez to the 40-man and call him up and screw over the AAA team, to be honest. DiMaggio's there. We'll move up Mesa. I at least want to make sure that the AAA team isn't completely screwed. But yeah, Hernandez should be a September call-up just in case of injury. De La Bate I'm not as worried about. Julio I'm not as worried about. Matheny, based on his versatility, should probably be a September call-up. We'll bump up Jimmy Benitez. Duffy. Gonzalez is in Double-A. Let's actually send down Benitez back to double. And we'll bump up Gonzalez to triple just to try and help up that roster. Jose Israel Garcia should also be on the 40-man just in case. We're going to bump him up as a party will get called up. So I imagine the Bison are about to have a bad time with some of the guys that we are taking off of their roster. But them's the breaks. Obviously, I care more about the main team than I care about them. As we'll go ahead and add Brian. We'll bump him up. We're going to add Armenteros just to be safe. And then probably Moniak as well, if we have space, and we do. And from there, as far as who gets the call-ups, Ramirez can go to triple. Holmes can go to triple, and Gonzalez can go to triple. So yeah, I would definitely expect this team to just get destroyed right about now. No, actually send Gonzalez back down to Double-A. And then pitching-wise, yeah, German should be available. We'll add him to the 40-man. We only have 1 more spot left on the 40-man, so I might have to go ahead and remove a certain catcher. Relief-wise, we're probably going to want Salas there as opposed to James Hu. So we'll look to... he's already on the 40-man, so that's perfect. We'll bump him up just in case. And then down in the minors, Miguel Flores can get bumped up to triple for the playoffs. So we have Hu and Salas, or German and Salas. I'm actually going to add Hu. Nope. Okay, the 40-man's full. 40-man is full. Starting pitchers... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, Geronimo, 6, Braxton Garrett. I'm okay with it being Braxton Garrett at this point. I don't want to remove him from the 40-man, so that's fine. For the most part, I think we're okay. So obviously right now is going to be a bit of a log jam with how this is listed, but that's okay. 21-4 for Zach Eflin. Jesus Christ, if that ERA was lower, he might have a legitimate shot at the Cy Young. That is incredible. And then lineup-wise, obviously, it's a mess because of September call-ups. We should be okay. 3 games against Cleveland. We win the first one, and the Bison are indeed out. Holy hell, we just swept Cleveland. That is a statement victory right there. We take the series against Houston, and then when it matters, take 3 games against Cleveland. And we have a game at hand on them as well. That's huge for the standings. We're 6 games back of New York. We are tied with the Red Sox. Wild card-wise, it's us in Boston. We have a game at hand. Or not a game at hand, but we're a game clear of Minnesota. It is such a close race right now. Such a close race. Geronimo is going to be back in the rotation. He's apparently up to an 85, so I'm fine with that, obviously. We're good to go there. And, of course, lineup-wise, we'll continue to make changes as needed. Here we go. Boston, Tampa, New York, Baltimore, and Tampa again. Nothing but division rivals from this point on. We are tied with Boston. They have given us so much trouble over the years. Can we pick up a statement win? 2 out of 3. Can we do it? No, we cannot. And that'll move the Red Sox a game ahead of us. We play Tampa. They have given us trouble earlier this season. These are games we have to win, or we could be in trouble here, and we lose 2 out of 3. We could miss the playoffs at this rate. We're not catching New York. We're 8 games back. New York has it pretty much locked down. Our best bet now is the wild card, and we're only a game and a half above Minnesota. We are in trouble. It's down to us, Boston, and Minnesota for the wild card. And right now, we are not on the best run of form. We have a lot of players underperforming at the plate. DeShields is apparently on a hot streak, which is tremendous. All right. Lineup-wise, we got to make changes here. So Duffy has found his game again, thankfully. DeShields is doing well. We're going to bump him back up for Inciarte. We're going to move Duffy to the 4 spot. Miea down 1. Let's put Arias there. Urena there. Still have Miea at 5. Marisnik up to 6. We'll do it that way. So again, DeShields, Inciarte, Hoskins, Duffy, Miea, Marisnik, Bichette, Urena. I hate having to change this around as much, but we're doing whatever the hell we can to try and get things going. Miea, Marisnik, Bichette, Urena, Arias. Miea, Urena, or nope, Miea, Marisnik, Urena, or Bichette, Urena, Arias. There we go. Then again, Shields jumps up. Duffy there. And we're all right for the moment. And again, Herrera will be back from the injured reserve for the moment on the disabled list. 3 games against the Yankees. We need wins. We split the first 2. Herrera's back. I'm going to place him on the bench for the moment. Now I'll see if I can get him back in the lineup. DeShields is cooled down by default. Alright. Arias is hitting 250. Okay. We have Arias out for Herrera. Swap these 2 back around. Position-wise, put Urena at 2nd, Duffy at 3rd. Hoskins has to play first. Let's see, 73 fielding. I don't necessarily want to put the Shields at DH with that speed. I think Herrera is going to play DH. And we are going to go with DeShields at 7. Urena, Marisnik, maybe. Shields, Bichette, Marisnik, Urena, Duffy. Miea's going to stay. Miea's going to drop down to 4. Herrera's back at leadoff with Inciarte, Hoskins, then Duffy. We'll see if that can spark the team, man. The amount of changes that we're having to make. DeShields will be out of the lineup, though, against non-DH. Herrera will be back in. It'll be Herrera and Ciarte, Hoskins, Duffy, Miea, Marisnik, Urena, and Bichette. That works. So again, Arias, I am sorry, buddy, but it's time for you to take a seat. Swap you with Duffy, you with Urena. Completely botched that, Jesus. There we go, Urena there, swap you with Duffy. Good Lord, I couldn't have made more of a mess out of that if I tried. I don't think I could have made more of a mess out of that if I tried. So DeShields there, Bichette there, Marisnik, Urena. We're looking okay. Ish. Okay is subjective, given the injuries and the current situation, where I am legitimately afraid that we could miss the playoffs if we slip up here. Deciding game against the Yankees in this series and we lose it. We have 7 games left this season. The Yankees have clinched a postseason appearance, and we're only a half a game above Cleveland and Minnesota. We have a game at hand on both of them. But my God, is this going to be close. 4 games against Baltimore. Lamet, Tyan, Eflin, and Liriano. Can we get the wins? Let's find out. We split the series. We have 3 games left this season against Tampa. Let's take a look. The Yankees have clinched the division. The Red Sox have clinched a wild card spot. We are 1 game above Minnesota. We could miss out. If we lose 2 out of 3, we could be jumped and disaster would strike. As defending champions, we would miss out having not sold off any of our players. We need these wins. We'll have Lamet and Tyan for the final 2. I'm almost tempted to bump up Eflin. His win total is amazing. Here we go. Game 1 is a loss. Oh my God. Oh my God. Thank God. Thank God, Minnesota. We're a game ahead. We need 1 win. 1 win and we should be okay. That would force them to win their last 2 games to force a tiebreaker. Come on. We need a win. Yes! 4-0 over Tampa. Did that seal it? It didn't. Oh my God. We are 1 game ahead of both Cleveland and Minnesota. If we win this game, we are in. Confirmed. Can we beat Tampa? Yes, we can. And thank the Lord above. Oh, they're defending World Series champions, your Toronto Blue Jays. We are going back to the playoffs. Come hell or high water, we fucking made it. Jesus, we finished 12 games back of the Yankees, who won 101 games with no speed and no contact game. Oh my God, so Cleveland and Minnesota miss out. Actually, wow, okay, so they're going to battle. They have a 1-game playoff. The winner takes the division. The other misses the playoffs entirely. Whoever wins that game wins the AL Central. The other goes home. That is crazy. Again, 3 teams from the AL East. The AL Central will be decided. The AL West goes to the Angels. And again, Red Sox and Blue Jays are wild card. In the NL, the Braves take the East. The Cubs take the Central. The West goes to the Dodgers, the Padres, and the Rockies made it as well. Holy shit. Oh my God. I just cannot believe what has happened here. Ridiculous scenes. Ridiculous. As of course, we're going to have to get this roster set. I'm going to send down Reed Hernandez. That's fine. We'll just get this set up one more time as best we can. Of course, we are still dealing with injuries. Junior, actually, let's take a look at the DL. Junior's on the DL for one more day. He's still not 100%. And it looks like otherwise we're fully healthy. Absolutely crazy. So at first, we are fine. At second, we can send down Matheny, of course. That's all well and good. We'll be able to send down Cassidy. Garcia can also be dropped. We still have Arias there, who's made crazy improvements again. This is LeMahieu's last season here, although he's been fucking phenomenal this year. He's regressing. It probably will be his last year here. You know, you look at potentially getting rid of Matt Duffy. The future's bright with these three infielders. And then outfield-wise, again, Armenteros will be dropped. Darryl Bryan will be dropped. Decent chance we have to call back up Santana. But for the most part, we should be fine. Moniak will drop. And then pitching-wise, German, we'll see it later for the moment. Again, you could argue that maybe wasted something, but it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So Salas and Blevins will be dropped. Xiong Hwan Ho will be dropped. Of course, he ended up back in this organization. And pitching-wise, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Long reliever, Lester Martin and Braxton Garrett will be dropped. That is shaping up to be our 25, barring any kind of bullshit from this game. To be honest, we need to drop a pitcher. Let's take a look here. So Lester Martin, 144 whip. Murillo, Murillo's gotta go. He's not quite ready. Not that the other three are. But we are going to drop Murillo, I think. 53 innings pitched for Murillo, actually. You know what? I'm going to make a judgment call. I think I'm going to drop Lester Martin. We're going to keep Murillo. And then in terms of a call-up option, we need an outfielder still. So that might be where Marvin Santana comes in. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be where Santana gets the bump back up, at least until Junior's ready. So our rotation, I know Eflin won as many games as he did, but I still think based off ERA and whip, it's going to have to be Jameson Tyon, who's going to reclaim that number 1 spot, then Lamet, then Eflin. It's tough, though. You could argue Eflin for what he did last year, just by default, and for what he did this year with the record. The ERA is not tremendous. It's good, but not, mind-boggling. There's an argument for having Eflin, Tyon, Lamet. But if we're going off of his regular season stats, I'd probably argue Tyon, Lamet, Eflin. And again, I don't know how much we'll use Liriano and Geronimo. To be honest, we could just say 4-man rotation, hopefully, unless it makes me auto-fix it. And have Murillo and Geronimo as long relievers. Lefty and a righty. It's not too bad. And then let's see, 1-3-3, 1-3-4, 1-2-2 for Doolittle, and 106 for Reed. So yeah, Doolittle's definitely still going to be the setup man. No doubt. No doubt. And then lineup-wise is actually a question now because DJ LeMahieu is 100% healthy. So let's sort this out. A 233 average for DeShields. He did well to get that back up. Santana ended up with, Martin Santana. I know he has good power, but Jesus. 45 at-bats, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, and a 333 average. 4.34 on base. Holy shit. We might have a DH there, to be honest, and then have DeShields as the pinch running option. 313 on base, though, for DeShields isn't terrible. I gotta be honest. I think I'm impressed enough that Martin Santana might get a chance. Put him at DH? That might not be a terrible idea. Try to let him continue the hot streak that he has been on. And then infield-wise, I don't necessarily want to take out Bo Bichette. It would normally be Urena that ends up sitting. But you see what Urena was able to do. 260 average this season, 351 on base. Urena's been slightly better than Bichette. So you could argue LeMahieu for Bichette. Arias has also been very good at a 251. 251 average. 308 on base. Again, we have to make changes to this lineup in the upcoming offseason because we have some guys that are good to go. I don't know if we want to sit Bo Bichette, but that is a possibility. And again, if you look at this lineup, we could go Marisnik, the bottom of the order, Urena in the 8 spot. Actually, we could go with Santana in the 8 spot. Maybe even not. Urena there. Maybe go Duffy at 7. There could be some serious power here. Herrera, Inciarte, Hoskins, Miella, LeMahieu, Santana, Duffy, Urena, Marisnik. I think that might be the combination. For now. Junior's not back yet. Again, he's going to be, but I don't want to play him until he's fully healthy. That's not a terrible lineup. The good thing is we have options, but I think that might be how I set up the lineup for the moment. And then, of course, Santana would not be in. So Hoskins, Miella, Bichette, of course, sits for LeMahieu. We go Marisnik, Urena, Duffy, LeMahieu in the 5 spot. That's not bad. It's not ideal, necessarily, but it's certainly not bad. And again, Martin Santana coming out of nowhere to potentially earn a spot in this lineup would be one hell of a story. But I can't say off of those limited plate appearances that he doesn't exactly deserve one, because he has been absolutely tremendous. I think that would be the team. As long as it doesn't do anything crazy post-September call-ups. We are playing Boston in the first round. It's, of course, a 1-game playoff. It's the wild card matchup. The winner moves on to play the Yankees. Cleveland ended up winning that 1-game playoff. They will play the Angels. So, my God, we have to go through the AL East to pull this off. A beyond scary thought. Thankfully, it didn't change anything about my lineup. Made sure to get that all set in stone. Hopefully, there are no issues with the fact that a certain player is back, that being Vlad Jr. He's on the bench too. Okay, that changes things. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. We have options. What the hell do you think? You would have seen, and you can still see the stats here. Obviously, Jr. has to get back into the lineup. There's an argument for DeShields to be there. There's an argument for Bichette to be there. Hell, for Lino to be there. If I had to say for sure, I mean, obviously Hoskins has to be in a DH. I think Santana gets shortchanged. Unfortunately, with Junior coming back. But it's not as if that's a bad thing, right? I'd really like Martin Santana to get the chance, and as it is, actually, we're still fine. It's still putting us at 25. Did somebody get sent down that I wasn't aware of? AAA. It ended up sending down Lester Martin. Okay. No, I sent down Lester Martin anyway. Who did it send down? Arias. That's who it sent down. Which, you know what? In fairness, that's probably who we would have sent down anyway. So, at least it didn't screw me over too much on that. Again, if I had to say now, for sure, the lineup would now look something more like this, which you could argue Junior at 3 or at 4. I'd probably put him at 3. Hoskins 4, Miella, LeMahieu, Duffy, Urena. That's such a sick lineup. Unfortunately, like I said, I'd love to get Santana into this lineup. There is no way. I mean, Herrera can play shortstop. And yes, I just noticed we'd have to change that around. Herrera can play shortstop. I'm just throwing it out there that Martin Santana could be given an opportunity. He could. We could technically run the team in this way, non-DH. I'm going to leave a little bit of an opportunity for you guys to voice your opinion. The good thing is we are basically back to 100%. We are back to 100% for the playoffs, so a victory accomplished there. But again, it's one game against Boston. It's win or go home, so the pressure is on. As we take a look at the awards, Ender Inciarte picks up our only award, the Gold Glove. MVP of the AL went to Aaron Judge. It went to Trevor Story in the NL. Cy Young went to Severino. I can see it based off the ERA. Strasburg wins it in the NL. Justin Bour gets a batting title, as does Xander Bogaerts. Reliever of the year, John Brebbia. No reliever of the year in the NL, so just nobody was good enough. Bubba Starling was the rookie of the year, as was Tyler Ramirez. Hank Aaron Award went to Josh Donaldson and Xander Bogaerts. And of course, Gold Gloves, we typically don't care. Zach Eflin led the majors in wins, batting average. It went to Justin Bour, 320, which is insane. At least in the AL. Hits was Altuve. Let's take a look. Home runs with the Machado with 47. Jesus. RBI went to Stanton Judge. No shocker. No shocker there. Stolen bases. Nobody up there for us, which is a little bit disappointing. Rhys Hoskins had the second most walks this season. On base percentage, nobody up there for us. Slugging percentage, nobody up there for us. On base percentage, nobody up there for us. Herrera, though, or OPS, I should say. Sorry. He was 13th, which is pretty solid. And then Eflin, 22 wins. Crazy season for him. Only 5 losses. Brad Hand, though, with 53 saves. That's certainly something we missed. Addison Reed with a respectable 39, however. So that will, in fact, do it for us this season. Again, a lot of different options heading into this postseason matchup. A lot of different options, but it's a good thing to have options. But boy, there's a lot of pressure. Boston and then potentially New York if we move on from there. The defending World Series champions back in the postseason. We had to do it on the final goddamn day, but we made it. Now can we take that next step yet again? We'll find out in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate your continued support on this series. I'm having a lot of fun with it, especially now, because again, like, this is it, right? Like, we have a chance here, but after this season, major changes incoming. I think DJ LeMahieu has to go. Matt Duffy will probably go. Like, we have so many guys that we have to make room for. I mean, Jesus, how the hell do we not put Martin Santana full-time next year, right? So Rhys Hoskins might go. There's going to be a lot of changes. This is the last hurrah for a lot of guys on this roster. Let's hope we set things up the right way and find that winning combination. Again, thank you for the support on the video, on the channel, road to 10K. I love you all, especially you, Tim, especially you. Okay, and Jeff's okay too. That's right, I'm talking to you, Jeff. What's going on? Talk to you guys next time.